Hello YouTube, fancy seeing you under it. I've been noticing a couple of odd noises, and in investigating them, I don't think I found the noise that I was looking for, which is kind of a tinny rattling, but I do think I found something else, which is this exhaust flexi pipe. Now, every time I've looked at this, I've always thought it's alright and there's nothing wrong with it. But on closer inspection, I don't know if you can see it, but if I grab that and pull it, the flexi part has definitely detached itself from the rigid part. So your options are, I understand, if this goes, you've either got to replace this whole front bit of exhaust, which costs you about 180 quid, or you can do this.
The alternative is to get yourself onto Amazon and order one of these repair sections. So that's going to bolt up to the cat at the front there, and then all you have to do is cut your existing pipe, slip this expanded end over and put a clamp around it.
It's going to fit there.
I think it goes without saying that you want to measure twice and cut once when you're offering up your new pipe. So really just overlay it on the existing pipe and mark where you're going to make your cut. Remember, it's better to cut a bit long and have to cut a little bit more off than cut too short and have to weld a bit back in. So what you're ideally looking for is enough pipe that's going to push into the end of the expanded area on your new pipe. I'm going to cut my exhaust pipe with one of these pipe cutter tools, which I think will be a much better solution than going at it with an angle grinder. The trick when using one of these pipe cutters is to go at it gently. Don't put too much tension on the tool to begin with. Just give it a quarter of a turn to tighten it up as you're cutting through the pipe. Let it find its own way. You really want those blades to cut a little channel that they'll run into, and then each couple of turns you just tighten that handle, maybe a quarter of a turn at a time. Go at it gently and it'll go through nicely.
So let's go to the old trusty Parkside roadside workshop. Going to want a deep socket. 15. 16. Let's try you.
So I'm just going to pause here, and can you tell me what's wrong with this picture? Chrome socket on an impact maybe? No. How about finger holding the fixing on the rusty exhaust clamp? If you're squeamish, look away now. Yep, those are bits of finger flying off.
Ow. That was really stupid.
Very possibly the understatement of the century. So I found the clamp on this exhaust just a little bit of a faff to get off. On one side you've got a 16mm nut, and on the other you've got a bolt head retained by that forked sort of washer, which becomes a really nice little finger smoothie maker if you've got your finger on it and you're spinning it off with an impact. At the end of the day I found a 14mm spanner was the tool of choice to get that off. Then go hard at it with a hammer just to smack it out from its rusty little location, spin it out by hand, and then when you've finally got that bolt out of the clamp, use one of these clamp pliers to expand it and get it off. So let me show you how good that cut is with the pipe cutting tool. As you can see, that's a really nice straight little cut, just a little sort of wavy at the bottom there. But it came off really nice and cleanly. I think that's a lot cleaner than you'd get with an angle grinder. And like I say, no danger of slipping through and cutting a hole in your subframe. Now I suppose at this point naively I thought it would be as simple as cleaning up the end of the old exhaust pipe and slipping the repair section over. Got to say, cleaning up that old pipe took longer than I expected, as you can see here through the various time lapses. The corrosion was well established, and the new part gave me a little bit of a challenge in that the expanded end that should just slip over that old pipe really wasn't expanded as much as it needed to be. And that resulted in me having to do a lot more sanding than I thought I would have to. As you can see here, I even at one point considered welding the old section back in if I needed to. But I slaved on with the P80, as you can see there, doing the best that I could to get all of the corrosion off the old pipe, to give the new pipe as much chance as possible of slipping cleanly over the end. Now, after a lot of effort with the sandpaper, I did conclude that I hadn't cut enough off of the existing pipe, so the pipe cutter tool came out again just to nip an inch or so off of the end of that old pipe. And with the final trim made, I was finally able to wrestle the repair section into place. All we needed then was just a little bit of fine adjustment with a pair of vice grips and a big hammer, just to bring the two pipes nicely together, before finishing off with a generous application of gun gum all over the joint that I just made there. Now, I do accept I should have put the gun gum on before I put the pipes together, but trust me on this one, these pipes were such a tight fit, I was scared if I'd put any gun gum on before I tried to put them together, I'd never have got them together. So really all I was doing was sealing up any little pinhole that might have existed at the end of that split in the pipe. A final tighten of both clamps, and I think we can call this job a good one.
Right, let's listen to it in all its glory. Yes. Priceless, absolutely priceless. Well, thanks for watching this one, YouTube. I hope you did find it interesting or useful in some way. Sorry about the audio quality. I'm a bit new to all this automotive YouTubing lark, so I hadn't anticipated all the wind noise and how crap microphones on action cameras can actually be when you're laid under a car. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe to this channel, and I will catch you in the next one.